If you're having trouble with slow recovery and think your G5 is running improperly, there is a quick test that will help determine where the trouble lies. Make sure that before you start this test that you remove any hoses or restrictions from the front of your G5, and make sure that your filter screen is clean. With both valves open, turn on the power to the G5 Twin. You should feel suction on the input port and pressure should build at the output port. If the machine sounds like it is running normally, then you can proceed with the test. First, close the output valve on the faceplate. The machine should build internal pressure and shut off at about 550 psi after 30 to 60 seconds. If the machine reaches the pressure cutoff in under a minute, proceed by turning the power switch off and closing the input valve. Both gauges should equalize, usually around 400 psi. A pressure drop slower than 30 psi per minute is normal for this test and does not necessarily indicate a leak. While you're checking the holding pressure, press your fingers against both ports for a few seconds and then release. There should be no pressure exiting from these ports while the valves are closed. If the machine pressures up quickly and holds pressure as described, then the recovery speed issues are likely caused by something other than the G5 Twin. Common causes are restrictions from valve cores and core depressors, quick disconnect style low-loss fittings, or clogged filters. Liquid trapped in the system can also cause very slow recovery. If the machine did not reach the pressure cutoff in under a minute, the most common causes are worn valves, valve springs, or seals. A lack of suction at the input or pressure building at the output would also indicate worn valves and springs. Valve and spring replacement is a simple repair and will take about 20 to 30 minutes with basic tools. You can also call or email Appion with any other questions, and the results of this test can also help us quickly identify other issues, both internal and external to the recovery machine.